What if the roof broke down and we didn't have any protection on our head and all the rain would get us soggy and wet? We don't want to be all wet and slobbery like a dog. What is a gable, Dad?
Graham, that's my favorite question that you ask me. For everybody who's listening, whenever Graham's in trouble, he knows that when he did something wrong and he's got to fix it, he asks me a cute question like, what's a gable?
That does make him laugh. Cheer up sometimes.
True. Do you remember under our windows in the great room where we put the new flooring in? There was this bit of black stuff.
Yeah?
Pretty yucky.
Yeah.
We
I don't want to step on that.
Asbestos, my prince, is something that you do not want to eat with your cornflakes. It's actually really bad.
Is it spicy?
Hi, everyone. Gary Muling here.
Hello, everybody. This is Graham here.
And we're the Integrity
Integrity Guys.
We're recording our first podcast. We want to tell everyone about things that have to do with their home and homes in Michigan. For starters, southeastern Michigan builders are seeing a slower start to new construction in early 2026. There have been fewer permits and permit activity in the region. And what this points to is more homeowners choosing to stay put in their current home and investing in that home rather than moving.
Does that mean more people fix their houses instead of moving?
Yeah, Graham, that's exactly what that means. When new construction building is down, of course people are going to remodel their existing homes. Graham, you know how we moved recently?
Yes, I do.
Well, some people would have built a new home instead of moving to another existing home. When you build a new home, obviously you get to put large windows in and your favorite color flooring. When you buy an existing home like we did, what did we do before we moved in, Graham?
Well, first we got our floor changed into carpet to tile, and now it looks much prettier.
You're absolutely right, my friend. That's exactly what we did. In order to move in, we had to make that home comfortable for our family, right?
Indeed.
Fix things in the bathroom and fix things in the great room and put paint on the cabinets. Remember all that?
I do.
Well, if we bought a new home, we wouldn't have had to do all that, right?
Maybe.
In some economies, it makes sense to build a new home and people do it like crazy. But in other times, folks stick around a little longer and fix the home they got.
Yeah.
So, national renovation data shows homeowners choosing upgrades and repairs over buying new homes. This is driven by interest rates, home values, and attachment to their neighborhood.
Why do videos make it look so easy?
I know what you're talking about, Graham. We were watching a DIY show the other day. In a 30-minute episode on HGTV, they remodeled a 5,000 square foot home. And it would seem that in just 30 minutes or less that you could remodel an entire home. But actually, it takes a lot more time than that. Who knew? National data from Household U.S. Average Home is now over 40 years old, increasing the need for repairs, upgrades, and inspections.
Do houses get old like people?
Yeah, they do. In fact, I've seen some homes that weren't even as old as me that already needed tons of stuff to be done. Hey, Graham, I am 42 years old, don't you know? And in the 42 years that I've been around, some homes are already falling apart, loose, pieces everywhere, needing a lot of repair. You wouldn't even believe this, Graham, but we work as much on homes that are under 50 years old than we do on homes over 50 years old.
Really?
Who knew, right?
Yeah, who knew?
Well, I'd like to talk a little bit about mold and hidden damage. There's this great Reddit.com article here talking all about mold and hidden damage after moving in. We actually found some hidden mold in our house after we moved in. Do you remember under our windows in the great room where we put the new flooring in? There was this bit of black stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty yucky.
Yeah.
We
I don't want to step on that.
We had no idea when we bought this home that we would find mold concealed behind the baseboards. We thought we were just changing the floors, but
It was a whole nother process.
it was a whole nother process for sure. So I'd like to talk a little bit about what's happening in our neighborhood.
Okay, what you want to talk about?
We saw a local story out of Lake Orion that an old high school is getting redeveloped into 89 apartments and event spaces.
So they're fixing the whole building like a big house?
Yeah, and that's a real good example of how renovation isn't just tearing out a kitchen or a bathroom. With something like a school, you're dealing with historical structure, utility upgrades, code compliance. That's real renovation complexity, like finding old wiring or structural issues. Hey, Graham, what do they always tell you in math class?
Show your thinking.
Show your thinking. And it's exactly what's going on right here. We're going to show you what we found, why it matters, and what we did about it. The project that I have in mind is the Landers family in Rochester. We're currently remodeling their kitchen, their bathroom, and adding a porch. Graham, I told you about this one. We found so many things when we removed the drywall.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on there. Do you remember what I told you?
No.
I was telling you about how we were changing so much. We were taking walls out. We were putting cabinets where there wasn't cabinets before.
Oh, I remember that.
And we found some really gross stuff when we demolished that space. Old mildew, lead, asbestos.
What's asbestos?
Asbestos, my prince, is something that you do not want to eat with your cornflakes. It's actually really bad.
Is it spicy?
Asbestos was used in building materials, and when we find asbestos, it's our responsibility to make sure that we keep everyone safe because asbestos can be harmful. We wouldn't want this family to get sick.
Not me. Not my family.
Not your family, not any family.
So, Dada, let's get back to those questions.
Yes, my friends. So I'd like to tell you what the homeowners wanted that got us started at that project. Their kitchen was too small, and they couldn't make meals there together. One homeowner said, "There's no room in this kitchen for me." And so this family asked us to design that space over again for them and make more room.
Did we?
Oh, yeah, we did. Just wait until you see it.
Oh, yeah, I bet we did awesome.
Yeah, we've got a lot more cabinets that will be going in there. And this larger kitchen is going to work so much better for that family. The husband and wife, Jim and Janine, plan on cooking together every night.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I think so. They think so too. And there's some wonderful clients. We're blessed.
Oh, yeah.
So what we found when we got to work, though, is that there was a number of things that had to be worked on in order to make their dream come true. We have a front porch at our house, just a small one.
Yeah.
This particular client didn't have a front porch, but they really wanted one.
Did we get one for them?
Oh, we
help
got
them?
one for them, all right.
Did we make it?
We made it. We made it 8 foot deep and 20 foot long, don't you know?
Okay, I think that might be a little bit over the top.
That porch is bigger than your room, my boy. And the family's going to love it because this gives them a place to enter their home. And it's got a roof on it so they won't get wet if it's raining. And when they enter from the new porch, we're creating a new mudroom there for them.
Ooh, is a mudroom a sunroom?
Kind of like a sunroom, but different. The mudroom is where you take off your shoes. We got a mudroom. That's where we take off our shoes and our coat and put our umbrella down and bless you. And the mudroom is where you leave all your shoes and your coat behind, and then you walk into your kitchen, in our case, and in their case, and they'll have their shoes off for that.
Yeah, I can't remember the mudroom now.
So a mudroom is something that people are asking about all the time. Who wouldn't want a mudroom? Show of hands. Anyone? Everyone wants a mudroom. I know I do.
Of course, we want to get all of our shoes and boots off the dirty snow and off all the yucky things. But also, there's extra room for other things we might want to place down.
Totally true, Graham Bam. Well, you know, a mudroom is something that does take some space. The mudroom we're building here, we're about doubling the size of the space. You want to know something cool, Graham?
Yeah.
We didn't have any room to make the room larger, and so we actually had to take some space from their garage.
For a mudroom?
For the mudroom. That's right, my boy.
Ooh.
By making this alteration and making some of their garage the mudroom, now our homeowners and their guests will have a place to sit down, take off their jacket and shoes, and get comfortable for their home. We do everything in the right order, and with the Landers family remodel, it took us 3 to 4 months of planning in order to be ready to start that job. 3 to 4 months is a long time to prepare for something, isn't it?
Yes.
Next, I'd like to talk about a roof replacement that we did. Graham, you know what a nice new roof will do?
Huh?
Prevent you from getting water dripping on your head when it rains.
I don't want to get all wet and soggy.
Oh, no, not inside. You know, when a roof leaks, it's a big problem.
That would be bad. What if the roof broke down and we didn't have any protection on our head, and all the rain would get us soggy and wet. We don't want to be all wet and slobbery like a dog.
I couldn't have said it better if I tried, Graham.
Thank you.
All right. I know this is the question that you've been waiting for the most, Graham. A gable roof we recently did.
Why does the shape matter?
A gable is usually the shape of a triangle. And the reason why the shape matters is we want it to look attractive and fit the home that we're building on. This particular gable had a lower slope. The existing home had a lower slope, and so we added a low slope gable on there. What the homeowner wanted, of course, was a covered overhang in a formal way to enter the home. What we found is that the nicest looking porch cover would be a gable.
So if you do it wrong, what happens?
That's a great question, Graham. When you're building a gable, you definitely don't want to do it wrong. If you did, maybe one side would be longer than the other, or maybe it would be off balanced. That would be awful.
What is a gable, Dad?
Graham, that's my favorite question that you ask me. For everybody who's listening, whenever Graham's in trouble, he knows that when he did something wrong and he's got to fix it, he asks me a cute question like,
That does make him laugh and cheer up sometimes.
true. Gable is a triangle-shaped roof, and it's also referred to as an up and over because the roof goes up and over.
Well, I learned something new.
People love gable roofs, and most roofs have a gable. If we looked out the window and down the road, we'd probably see 20 or 30 homes in a row that have different types of gable roofs.
I bet there can be all sorts of colored roofs, and I might like gray and black shingles.
You are so good at this, Graham. Yeah, on the new gable that we build, we could put black shingles on there or blue ones. I bet you'd want different colored shingles on there, wouldn't you, if it was your gable?
Maybe I would think red and blue. I would think blue and red, maybe blue and black, just for the colorfulness.
Well, in no time, I'm sure you'll be designing the colors for some people's gable roofs, won't you?
Yeah. I was just talking about mine at that second.
Of course you were, my prince. Graham, what you said earlier about if you do it wrong, what happens? That was a real good question. If you build a gable wrong, maybe one side would be steeper than the other, or it
What does steeper mean?
have a higher incline or pitch. A triangle should have both angles match. Whereas if someone were rushing to do it or use their measuring tape wrong, one side could be longer than the other or off balance. Truth is, a lot of things can go wrong when you're building a gable.
Like you're saying one side might be stronger and the other might be lighter?
Well, you definitely wouldn't want that. Yeah, if someone built that gable for you, Graham, and
I would not be happy.
no.
I wouldn't even pay them.
Well, on the next episode, we'll be talking about Graham not paying his contractor for a shoddy roof job. Oh, Graham, listen, I actually saw someone who built a new gable, and it was supposed to go on the left side of the house, over by the door. They put it in the middle, like right in front of the kitchen. Could you imagine having a covered gable roof put in the wrong location?
I would not be happy.
Oh, no. Nobody would.
I wouldn't keep my house for that long, and I would just remove it. Or else, only in a few years, I would probably go to a different house if I can't really fix it, because I don't want it to be all messed up. I want to have a good, secure gable and shingles.
And my remodelers want you to have just that, too.
Well, that would just be wonderful.
Would this be a good time for us to tell them a little bit about our company?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Gary and Graham here. We love remodeling homes, young and old. We don't discriminate. If it's a home and it's in Michigan, we'd like to get our hands on it.
Definitely. We'd like to fix houses, put good texture on it, good looking, and make sure it's safe for the next family that moves in.
Wow. Well, you guys don't need me here, do you? Graham's got this, I think.
But we definitely need you. You're the top boss.
Thanks, my prince. But mommy's the real boss, obviously.
Maybe.
So, Graham, we have a dozen trucks and we have quite a few workers. And what we do every day is real essential work. We help improve people's lives by fixing up their homes. We don't just change doors, we change their whole life because we allow them to entertain and enjoy their home again and not be so stressed out.
You said it, Dad.
It's hard work.
But it's our jam.
Yes, it is. You can tell that we enjoy what we do.
Definitely.
So the Integrity Guys at MI Remodelers, we help homeowners all over Michigan with their home improvement project, and some stuff we do for free, like inspect their old nasty attics and other stuff. And we love to help people. That's why we're here.
We're here to help our friends like you.
We are here to help homeowners with anything that could be going wrong with their home. We found out recently that the average American's biggest investment's their home. So it's real important that you take care of it.
You just sit and relax. We'll do the work for you and get your life better. And we just got it for you.
All the time. Every day when I leave home, I leave my family behind to go to work and help people. And it's very fulfilling work that we do. We meet people who have problems, we help them develop solutions, and we get to fix stuff up real good.
We like to fix those houses that are poor and we turn them into the best houses.
And we'll do that for you. So, Graham, how can they contact us if someone has a question about their home?
You guys call 888-544-7366. And don't forget to tell them Graham sent ya.